My screen is visible, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Correct. So, in our yesterday's class, we had completed with interrupt. There was, we discussed that there may be two, three possibilities where your peripheral can communicate with your processor. Right, you can interface your microprocessor and peripheral and memory device. One way is through interrupt. Now we want to focus on the second part, where we want to interface a peripheral device and a memory device with our microprocessor. Student, we all can understand the microprocessor alone can only do the processes. To do that process, input we have to give through input device. After getting that process, whatever output we receive, that also we need to display somewhere so that we can observe. And while doing a process, processor needs some memory for the storage. Am I communicating, student? What are the basic elements that is always required in along with the microprocessor? Now, suppose if you say, student, that I want to connect my microprocessor with peripheral or with memory. Right now, whatever we are discussing, that is how to connect your memory with your microprocessor. As you know, student, in our mobile or in a laptop, we are having a microprocessor. Along with that microprocessor, how much memory we can connect? My voice is clear, student? Can you hear me properly?
Yes, ma'am.
Correct. So, whenever you are talking about your systems like processor devices like mobile, laptop, right? Everywhere we will check that there is a processor, but along with that processor, always memory is connected. Always input-output device is connected. Just think of your mobile. You will check that through touchpad we are giving input. On display, we can check output, memory we required for the storage point of view, and processor for the processing point of view. Right now, the question is how to connect your memory with your microprocessor. Right. So here today we will check to connect or to communicate with the memory device. Right now, suppose just first check for the points that we want to discuss. Memory classification, I think no need to discuss. In very initial lectures already we have discussed. RAM, ROM, EEPROM, E square PROM, EEPROM. Right, this can be the type of memory that always we need to deal with. Now, suppose if I'll say, whenever I want to connect or whenever I want to interface memory device with the microprocessor, do you know what is inside the memory? What do you think? What is basic element of your memory? Memory no basic elements हुए? Okay, just tell me what memory will do. It will store your data. It will store your bits. Yes or no? Right now, suppose if I'll say I want to store bit 0 or 1, તમને digital electronics ma you had already studied in which device you can store 0 and 1, which can be a basic unit that will store only one bit. Make it fast, student. Already study કરી ગયા છો? Have you heard the name flip flop? Yes or no? Flip flop word બધાએ સાંભળ્યું છે students? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes or no? Right. So we all can understand that flip flop is a basic element into which you are storing your data. Right. That data storage will be in terms of zeros and ones always. In any case, suppose if you are storing images, તમે image processing આગળ study કરશો. Speech processing you can study, right? Any kind of file, any kind of information you are storing in memory, that will be always stored in terms of zeros and ones only, right? So how to store that data, or which is the basic element that will store this data? So if that you want to know, that is flip flop. Now suppose if I'll say that I want to store 4 bits simultaneously. What it means, how many flip-flop I need to connect? 4 flip-flop, right? Now, if I'll say that flip-flop can store only 1 bit at a time, so you can see here that the flip-flop kind of flip-flop we are using here is a D flip-flop. કોને યાદ છે flip-flop કેટલા ટાઈપના હતા? Do you remember how many kind of flip-flop we are having? SR flip-flop, yes or no? કોને યાદ છે આ વસ્તુ? SR flip-flop, D flip-flop, T flip-flop and JK flip-flop. Yes. So SR, D, T and JK flip-flop, out of that, this flip-flop can be used for the different yes. SR, D, T and JK. We all know that JK flip-flop and SR flip-flop are a kind of flip-flop in which you need to give 2 inputs and you will get output. But in case of D and T, only 1 input, 1 output. And MRB data flip-flop is like, if you are applying input 1, your output is 1. If you are applying input 0, your output is 0, right? Whatever you will apply as an input, that will be held by that flip-flop. So generally, memory ma apni requirement evi j hoy, we want to hold our data. So basically, to form a memory, D kind of flip-flop, D type of flip-flop can be used. Am I communicating, student? Right? T flip-flop generally શું હોય? Toggling હોય. Toggling means if I'm giving input 0, my output, right now my output is 0. Even if I'll give a 0, then your output remains same. But if you give 1, then it will toggle. The previous output 0 હોય તો next output 1 થઈ જાય, right? So એવું આપણે મેમરીમાં એવી રિક્વાયરમેન્ટ ન હોય. મેમરીમાં આપણી રિક્વાયરમેન્ટ શું હોય? If I'll apply 0 input, it should hold. If I'm applying input 1, it should hold. Am I communicating, student? Right? Now, depending upon how many bits you want to store into the memory, you need to combine it. Right? Basic element always flip-flop હોય. જેમ આપણને ખબર છે કે કોઈ બી if you will consider any, suppose હું તમને કહું કે suppose if you are designing some circuit, what is the basic elements? Like same way, if you are designing a memory, what is the basic element? Flip-flop is the basic element. Which flip-flop? Out of 4, data flip-flop. Why? The characteristic of the flip-flop is whatever you will give as an input, you will get as an output. And that's what we need in case of memory. We want to apply 0. If we'll apply 0, we want output is also 0. મેમરીમાં એવું ક્યારેય ન પોસિબલ થાય કે you are storing something and you are getting that is something different, right? Always whatever stored data is, stored data you may have, that only you need to read. Okay, so if you'll combine the group of flip-flop, just try to understand. If you combine the group of flip-flop, that is known as register. This word also you had already come across in digital electronics, right? Digital electronics ma registers bhi ક્યાંક ને ક્યાંક તમને આવ્યો હશે. Now just try to understand, student. If you say registers, that is nothing but the group of flip-flop. Now, how many flip-flop we are connecting depending upon that the size of the register is decided. Again, I am repeating, student. Registers can hold how much data? That depends upon the size of the register. What is the size of the register? Suppose if I say register B, register C, in our 885 microprocessor, we are having so many registers like B register, C register, accumulator, D register, E, H, and L. All these registers out of how many bit? It can. What is the capacity of that register? It can hold how much data?
8 bit.
8 bit. What it means? That you will combine this kind of 8D flip-flop. Am I communicating, student? Right? You will combine this kind of 8D flip-flop, which will 1D flip-flop will hold 1 data, 1 input, 1 output, and like that, if you want to combine, if you want to hold 8-bit data, you need to combine this kind of 8 data flip-flop. Right, like stack pointer, program counter, that are 16-bit registers. So into that, like that, 16D flip-flop is used. Right, so this you can say a basic memory element. Flip-flop can be a basic memory element. any memory can be formed through this flip-flop only. Now just try to, પહેલા અહીંયા સુધી કોઈને કઈ doubt છે? Student, there is no need to memorize this. Just try to understand कि whenever you are forming the memory, the size of the registers that you are taking inside your memory, that is important. આપણને ખબર છે કે આપણે 8-bit microprocessor use કરીએ છીએ और 8085 microprocessor is 8-bit, right? તો મેમરીમાં જેટલા રજિસ્ટર્સ હશે કેટલા કેટલા બીટના હશે inside your memory? How many registers you are having? Suppose if I'll say memory 0, memory register 1, memory register 2, register 2, register 3. So you can understand in my memory, the data that I can hold onto the one location, that is always 8-bit because I'm combining 8D flip-flop. I hope I'm communicating, student. Right? Any doubt up to here? Any discussion on this? Yes or no?
No, ma'am.
Can you hear me? Okay. Now, student, just try to understand. Suppose if you say you want to interface your memory device with your microprocessor, the memories that we have can be either read-write memory or ROM. In primary memory, suppose if I want to categorize my memories, it can be either read-write memory, that is RAM, or ROM. Yes or no? Right? Now, suppose if I want to interface RAM with my microprocessor or ROM with my microprocessor, what can be the equivalent process? Just try to understand. Right? Before that, few points or few devices that I want to communicate or I want to just go through, you will get an idea that memory ma, whenever you are loading 0 or whenever you are loading 1, how it will load and which device can be used. Suppose if I say student buffer, I'll say flip-flop, we all can understand it will hold either 0 or 1. Like same way, tri-state buffer is also a device in which you can expect that your data is, you can hold your data, right? Buffer no matlab આપણને ખબર છે, it will hold your data. In flip-flop, you can hold your data that will be either in terms of zeros and ones only. But આપણને ખબર છે કે જ્યારે બી microprocessor peripheral device જોડે connected હોય, which is slow responding, or memory device જોડે connected હોય, memory સાથે connected હોય, there are certain cases where your peripheral will take a request, will give a request to microprocessor to use its system bus through hold signal. Yes or no, student? But DMA like memory, direct memory access, will send the signal to the microprocessor to use microprocessor system bus, which is address bus, data bus, and control bus, right? So suppose if this kind of condition will be there, then what will happen? તમે મેમરીમાં 0 1 સ્ટોર કરો છો યા તો ઇનપુટ આઉટપુટ ડિવાઇસ પર 0 1 સેન્ડ કરો છો. Along with that, if your processor is handing over the controlling signals or control bus, address bus, data bus to the peripheral device or a memory device by request to that peripheral, ત્યારે આ લોજિકનો શું સ્ટેટસ હોય? So that we want to understand. The tri-state buffer is like holding it will hold your logic, but instead of 2 logic, it will hold 3 logic. Which one? Tri-state નામ પરથી ખબર પડે कि generally 2 state devices હોય. If you say flip-flop, if you say gate, these are the 2 state device. 2 state matlab either it will be low or it will be high. But this tri-state buffer is a 3-state device. It can be low, it can be high, or it can be in high impedance. Am I communicating, student? It may have 3 different logic: logic 0, logic 1, and high impedance stage. Now, whenever there is an absence of system bus for a microprocessor, at that time, instead of storing or retrieving 0 or 1 from the memory or peripheral, it will keep its address and data bus on high impedance state. Am I communicating, student? right? So flip flop is a basic memory element, no doubt. It will hold your zeros and ones, but whenever you will connect your memory device or peripheral device with the microprocessor, તમે બધા જ flip flops લગાવો એવું બી ના ચાલે, because there are certain times where your processor will not send the data in terms of zeros and ones. It will be, your system bus will be on high impedance state. It will neither, your logic will neither be zero or nor it will be one. It will be on high impedance. You can see here the logic is low. Why? Because it is connected to ground. The logic is high because it is connected to VCC, maximum voltage. Here there is in between, no logic 0, no logic 1. So it can be considered as high impedance state. કયું device છે which will provide 3-state tri-state buffer? The requirement and the function is same. It will also hold your data, but instead of holding data in 2 state zeros and ones, it is having one more state, and that is high impedance state. Am I communicating, student? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Correct. Right? This can be the symbol for the tri-state buffer. તમે આવું એક સિમ્બોલ પહેલા બી ક્યારેક જોયું હશે. ડાયોડને આવી રીતે રિપ્રેઝેન્ટ કરતા હતા, એનોડ, કેથોડ. યસ ઓર નો? રાઈટ. If you'll observe, બીજું એક ઇન્વર્ટર હોય, it will also look like this way. But make sure, student, if you are talking about diode, or if you are talking about inverter, symbol is similar to this, but you will never find this enable over here, right? Only tri-state buffer is having a enable. What is the use of this enable is we discussed that whenever I am applying input 0 or 1, because it is a buffer, it will hold your data. So input 0, output is also 0. Input 1, output is also 1. In normal condition, if you are giving your enable input equal to 1. So ultimately, you can say your input can be propagated to your output if enable is 1. If you will keep your enable signal equal to 0, if you are not enabling your tri-state buffer, your input cannot be propagated to your output. Am I communicating, student? Right? So tri-state buffer basically holds the data in terms of your logics, but when the condition is, the necessity is your enable pin should be, your enable input should be 1. If it is 0, it will not work, right? It will not work. I hope it is clear, student. Whenever we are talking about memory basic element, it can be tri-state buffer, it can be flip-flop, and it can be latch. Now, latch and flip-flop just difference. ક્યાંક ને ક્યાંક તમે digital electronicsમાં you had used so many times. You had come across this kind of figure so many times, but I don't know whether this difference is clear to you or not. Let me clear it right now. Generally, if you say flip-flop, આપણને ખબર છે કે data flip-flopનું symbol આવું જ હોય. If you say data flip-flop or D-latch, both are almost same. But if you say, let me draw it right now. Suppose, student, if you say you are having a data flip-flop, which is having only one input, one output, which is having one input D input and one output Q is your output, right? If we'll consider this kind of arrangement where you only give an input in terms of zeros and ones, where you only give input in terms of zeros and ones, right? તમે યા તો 0 input આપતા હોય, યા તો you are giving 1, your output is either 0 or 1. આને generally latch કહેવાય. This is generally known as latch, right? It will hold, latch matlab it will hold your output as it is. But suppose if you say D flip flop, તમે હમણાં હું બોલીશ એટલે થોડુંક you can recall. Suppose if you say you are having a D flip flop, we know कि along with this input we are giving a clock signal. याद આવે છે સ્ટુડન્ટ? We are giving a clock signal. Yes or no? Along with the input, one more input we are giving, and that is clock signal. So this input can be propagated here, but if there is a positive edge of your clock signal, right? And our clock signal is continuous square wave. આ કન્ટિન્યુઅસ સ્ક્વેર વેવમાં ક્યારે તમે એક્સપેક્ટ કરી શકો કે આ ઇનપુટ 1 છે, અહીંયા ઇનપુટ 1 છે, that you will get as an output? તો કે જ્યારે તમારા ક્લોક સિગ્નલની પોઝિટિવ લેવલ આવે છે ત્યારે. Am I communicating, student? Right? So if you consider latch with clock, that is known as flip flop. Am I communicating, student? Latch with clock signal can be considered as flip flop. Generally, if you are talking about latches, it is asynchronous. એમાં ક્યારે આવું ક્લોકનું કાંઈ લોજિક પુટ ન કરેલું હોય કે તમારું ઇનપુટ અહીંયા આઉટપુટમાં ક્યારે પ્રપગેટ થાય. If clock signal is 1, then only there is no logic in case of latches. But if you observe flip flop, there is always a clock signal. અહીંયા તમને મેં અરેન્જમેન્ટ બતાવી ત્યારે બી you had observed probably always clock signal will be there, right? You are enabling. So this is known as clock signal, right? So it is a flip flop, right? So with this basic understanding, now we actually want to check. Suppose if I will say I want to connect RAM with my microprocessor. I want to connect. Student, can you hear me properly?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So student, just try to understand. I want to connect RAM with my microprocessor. Now, as we all can understand, कि processor ni address line 16-bit ની છે, right? Processor is having a 16-bit address line and 8-bit data line onto which it will communicate. 16-bit address line શેના માટે use કરશે? કયા એડ્રેસ પરથી ડેટા લઈ આવવાનો છે? ડેટા કેટલા બીટનો હશે? That is always 8-bit, right? So 8085 microprocessor is with me. I want to connect RAM with my microprocessor, and the size of RAM that I want to connect with my microprocessor is 1K. મારે 1K RAM ને માઇક્રોપ્રોસેસર જોડે કનેક્ટ કરવી છે. Can anyone tell me कि अगर मारे 1K मेमरी ने एड्रेस करवी होय, then how many address line I required? If I want to address 1K memory, how many address line I need to use? Yes, you can address 1 kilobyte memory with how many address line? જેવી રીતે હું તમને એમ કહું કે suppose if I am having two location, let's say for example 4 locations memory, I am having a 4 location only into my memory. To locate these 4 addresses, I need 2 address line. 2 raised to 2 is 4. Yes or no? 2 raised to 2 is 4. So what I'll do is 0 0 is my first location, 0 1 is my second location, 1 0 is my third location, and 1 1 is my fourth location. Like same way, I have 1 kilobyte of memory. So to address this 1 kilobyte memory, I need how many address line? 2 raised to કેટલા 1K થાય? Students, 2 raised to 1, you can locate only 2 location. 2 raised to 2, 4, you can locate 4 location. 2 raised to 3, 8 location you can identify. 2 raised to 4, 16 location you can identify. એવી રીતે તમારે 1K એટલે કેટલા location થયા? 1024. So how many address line you
10.
require? 10 address line, right? Now you can see here कि આપણા processor પાસે કેટલી address line છે? How many address lines we have with our processor? 16 address line. Out of that 16 address line, 10 address line I require to locate my memory. My memory location ne identify કરવા માટે 10 address lines I required, which is A0 to A9. So what about remaining address line? મારે remaining address line ને ક્યાં કનેક્ટ કરવી? આપણને ખબર છે કે address line of 8085 microprocessor, lower order address line AD0 to AD7 is multiplex with data line. તો એમાંથી data બી separate થાય છે અને address બી separate થાય છે. higher order address line A8 to A15 છે. એમાંથી મારે બે જ address line required છે, A8 and A9. A10, A11, A12, A13, A14 and A15. These are the address line that is free for me. Am I communicating, student? 1 kilobyte memory ને મારે address કરવા માટે I need only 10 address line. So remaining address line where I will use. So that address line you can use to select your chip. Select your chip selection circuit માટે use કરી શકો. એનો મતલબ શું? As I discussed in lab also, कि જ્યારે બી તમે પ્રોસેસર કન્સિડર કરતા think of your mobile. It is not like that કે only memory is connected. મેમરીમાં બી એક જ ટાઈપની memory is connected. With your mobile you have a RAM, ROM, you have an input device, you have an output device. So many devices you are connecting, so many input output devices you are connecting with your microprocessor. So out of that devices, which right now you are selecting, which device your processor is selecting for the communication, that logic has to be developed, and that is nothing but the chip selection circuit. Am I communicating, student? Now suppose if I'll say A10, A11, A12, A13, A14, A15, બધી લાઈન પર જ્યારે 1 હશે, at that time only this chip will be selected. If my A10 is 0, then ROM is selected. If my A11 is selected, then this device is selected. Am I communicating, student? So depending upon the size of your memory chip, how many address lines you are using, remaining address line you can use to select your chip. Right now, once 1 kilobyte memory is interfaced with your microprocessor through 10 address line, તો 10 address line નો જે ડેટા હશે એના પરથી એડ્રેસ આઈડેન્ટિફાઈ થશે, એના પર તમે ડેટા સેટ કરી શકશો. That data line તો obviously આની બી 8 bit છે, આની બી 8 bit છે. Now because you are interfacing RAM with your microprocessor, memory read bar and memory write bar, these two signals should be connected with your microprocessor and with your memory. RAM છે એટલે આપણને ખબર છે કે રીડ બી કરવું પડશે અને રાઇટ બી કરવું પડશે, because you are reading memory. IO અત્યારે ઇનપુટ આઉટપુટ ક્યાંય કનેક્ટ નથી કર્યું. So it is here if you are applying 1, then 0 will be selected, 0 0 0, and here it will get 1. So memory read bar is selected. Like same way memory write bar pin is also connected, right? So here you can communicate with your RAM, which is having a size of 1 kilobyte, right? Any doubt, student, here in this? So these are the minimum signals that you need to use whenever you want to connect your memory device RAM with your microprocessor. Address line કેટલી હશે, કઈ હશે, કોના પર ડિપેન્ડ કરે? That depends upon how much size you want to interface. What is the size of your memory? એના પરથી address line decide થાય. The remaining address line you can use to select your chip. ALE signal આપણને ખબર છે, lower order address and data line ને demultiplex કરવા માટે we need to use, and read bar, write bar in memory signals, this control signal we need to connect with the memory chip. Am I communicating, student? Any doubt here in this? Yes or no?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now just student, if this is clear to you, just tell me, okay, instead of 1 kilobyte, if I want to connect 2 kilobyte memory with my microprocessor, where you will find difference? Where you will find the difference if instead of 1K you want to connect 2 kilobyte of memory? Jaldi karo.
Address line.
Very good. Instead of 10 address line you need how many? 11, right? You need 11 address line. આવું તો ખબર પડે ને સ્ટુડન્ટ. Suppose if you say 1K, that is 2 raised to 10. 2 raised to 10 is 1K. 2 raised to 10 is 1k and 2 raised to 1 is 2. So 2 into our 10 raised to k is kilobyte. So 2 kilobyte, that means 10 plus 1. How many address line is required? 11 address line. So instead of this A0 to A9, A0 to A10 lines can be used to address your 2 kilobyte of memory. Remaining line A11, 12, 13, 14 and 15 you can use to select your chip. Remaining all things will be as it is. Am I communicating, student? Right? Now student, if it is clear to you, just tell me, I want to interface 1 kilobyte of ROM with my microprocessor. Now instead of RAM, I want to connect ROM with my microprocessor. What do you think? Where there will be a change?
Only RD bar will be there.
વેરી ગુડ રાઈટ. હવે આપણને ખબર છે રોમ છે તો ઓબ્વિયસલી એડ્રેસ તો એ જ આવશે, ડેટા બી તમારે સેન્ડ કરવું પડશે, ચિપ બી સિલેક્ટ કરવી પડશે. ઓલ ધ રિમેનિંગ થિંગ્સ વિલ બી એઝ ઇટ ઇઝ, બટ વી નો કે ફ્રોમ રોમ વી ઓનલી કેન રીડ, વી કેન નોટ રાઇટ. Am I communicating, student? So this right bar signal will not be there in case of ROM. So only read bar will be there, memory read bar signal will be there, and accordingly you can communicate, right? So A0 to A9, because you want to connect ROM that is of size 1 kilobyte. So you will use 10 address line, remaining address line you can use to select your chip. Then memory read bar will only will be there, right? If you will find this, let me, you can see here that you will find the difference between read bar and this RAM and ROM. If you want to connect your RAM with your microprocessor, chip selection should be there, read bar should be there, write bar should be there. These are the address line. Here I'm keeping N because that depends upon the size of memory that you are connecting with your microprocessor. Remaining line you can use to select your chip. Data lines all connected D0 to D7. Like in same way, all the signals that we had checked for RAM, same signals we need to go for ROM. Only write bar will not be there. You cannot write, programmer cannot write anything onto the ROM, right? So only that you need to change. Am I communicating, student? Yes or no? અહીંયા સુધી કોઈને કઈ
Yes,
ડાઉટ આવે
ma'am.
છે? Okay. Any problem? Any last point that you want to discuss? Right? Now just tell me, just try to understand, student. જો હું તમને એમ કહું છું કે suppose if I'll say suppose if I'll say that I want to connect memory with my microprocessor, depending upon RAM or ROM, I'll connect that pins with my microprocessor, and remaining line you can use to select a chip. Now student, if I'll say ki A8 મારી પાસે લાઈન યુઝ થઈ A0 to A7, total 8 lines I'm using to address to 256 different memory location in this example. What about remaining line? So as we discussed that we will use to get our logic. હવે આપણને અહીંયા બધાને દેખાય કે chip selection is only one input. Yes or no? આ one input જોડે તમે આટલા બધા input કેવી રીતે connect કરી શકો? How you will connect your remaining line with one input? Chip selection માટે you need to give only one logic. Am I communicating, student? Right? You need to only give one logic over here. If you say here logic 0, that means this chip is not selected. If you will give logic 1, then this chip is selected. તો આટલી બધી લાઈનો પરથી તમે કેવી રીતે એક લોજિક અપ્લાય કરી શકો, સ્ટુડન્ટ? સો જસ્ટ મેક શ્યોર you need to provide a circuit which will give you a chip selection logic, and a chip selection circuit કહેવાય. We may have two type of this I'm keeping in front of you. Can you hear my student?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Just let me open it one more time. Screen is visible, right, students?
Yes.
Okay. So, just give you the idea how you can select a chip, right? Okay. Just try to understand through example itself. See, whenever you want to select your chip, so as I discussed that in chip select, only one logic we need to give. Now, which logic you will provide so that chip is selected, that depends upon which gate you are using. Right? Say for example, if I say A11, A12, A13, A14, A15, these are the lines, these are available with me. Which logic I'll provide here so that accordingly I'll get output here 0. That 0 is connected with that chip selection bar, so it will become 1 and your particular chip will be selected. So આને memory chip selection logic કહેવાય, right? So that address you will consider, you will find from here. Now student, આપણને એવું થાય કે inverters, why we are putting inverters and everything over here. So you can understand, suppose if I say I'm using way generally two types of logic can be used to select your chip. One is using gate and another is using decoder. Again, I'm repeating, student. Two type of devices or the basic elements can be used to select your chip. One is NAND gate and another is a decoder. This is the logic that we are providing to the gate, which is NAND gate, and through that we are combining our input lines of addresses and we will select our output accordingly. So here simply we are using, depending upon the lines that we have remaining, that many input we are using NAND gate and it will give only one output. Like same way, you can use your decoder also to select your chip. Here, I was looking for this diagram finally, right? So this, you can see these two logics can be used to select your chip, NAND gate and decoder. Now, as we discussed that NAND gate, that many input NAND gate you need to use. Based upon the given logic, it will give you output and your particular chip will be selected. But in case of decoder, if you say decoder, we know કે એમાં ત્રણ enable હશે અને કયું decoder તમે use કરો છો depending upon that you have a output. Now, how to decide 3 to 8 decoder we have to use, 2 to 4 decoder we have to use, કયું decoder use કરવું એ કેમ ખબર પડે? That depends upon કે તમારી પાસે કેટલી lines you have remaining. Suppose if I'll say I am having 4 lines there, we know कि one I need to give to enable my decoder. Right? Decoder ne enable કરવા માટે એક line જોશે, so I can use 3 to 8 decoder. Suppose if I'll say कि I am having 3 remaining line, so I'll use 2 to 4 decoder. Am I communicating, student? Because one I have to use or I need to use to enable my decoder. So only 2 lines will be there, and depending upon the logic that you are providing here, say for example 12, 13, 14, your particular output line will be selected and your chip will be selected, right? એટલે જે આપણે memory અને microprocessor વચ્ચે જે chip selection થાય છે, that for that chip selection these two logic you can put. One is through decoder and another is through NAND gate, right? So just consider कि તમે તમારા મોબાઈલ ડિવાઇસમાં you are using a processor, you had connected RAM, you had connected ROM, right? Input device છે, output device છે, આ બધામાં which devices you are right now using and your processor is taking the data from, that depends upon always chip selection. Right now I'm taking the data from input device, so accordingly this decoder's output should be 1 and that is connected with my chip selection of input device. Am I communicating, student? Right? Here there is no constraint. You can use NAND gate, you can use decoder. Right? અહીંયા એવું ન હોય કે તમારે NAND gate use કરવું chip selection માટે, or no, you need to use decoder. Any logic you can use, that depends upon the application or the number of address lines that you want to connect with. Right? I hope I'm communicating, student. Right? So generally right now we are focusing on how many type of memory we have. RAM and ROM we had discussed. If you want to connect RAM with your microprocessor, how to connect? If you want to connect ROM with your microprocessor, how to connect? If you connect RAM and ROM both with your microprocessor, then by chip selection, how can you do this? Am I communicating, student? At least minimum વસ્તુ બધાને ખબર પડે છે? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes.
Correct. Student, if any point you are not still able to follow, just tell me. સમજી શકો છો how many minimum things we had discussed? We had started with the basics of memory, then we had discussed how your memory can be formed. તો આપણે એના માટે બેઝિક એલિમેન્ટ વે ડિસ્કસ. મેમરી કેવી રીતે બનેલી છે એ આપણને ખબર હોવી જોઈએ કે થ્રુ ફ્લિપ ફ્લોપ વી કેન હોલ્ડ 1 bit at a time થ્રુ ફ્લિપ ફ્લોપ. સો આ ઘણા બધા બિટ્સને આપણે કમ્બાઇન કર્યા હોય, સો દેટ વિલ અલ્ટિમેટલી મેક અ રજિસ્ટર્સ, એન્ડ combination of register will form your memory. After that we discuss કે મેમરીને તમારે પ્રોસેસર જોડે કનેક્ટ કરવી છે. You want to connect, you want to interface your memory device with your microprocessor. How many minimum things that you need to connect in between your microprocessor and memory? Right? Now that limitation is still in your mind, that we don't have only RAM to connect with the microprocessor. આપણી પાસે બીજી memory બી છે અને બીજા input output device બી છે, that we always need to connect, and for that we discuss chip selection logic. I hope I am communicating, student. Sakshi, Mishal, Ayushi, are you able to understand? Anand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Correct. Right? Now, student, just try to understand. Let's say that we can interface our IO device with the microprocessor as well. એના addresses કેવી રીતે બને? Right? Sometime it may be partial decoding, sometime it may be fully decoding. That also can be there. But it's okay if you are not able to get this partial and fully decoding. But just how to interface, that must be known to you. Students, one more thing I want to discuss here. Suppose if I say this is my memory interfacing circuit, right? You all can understand कि આ કયા ટાઈપની મેમરી છે? EEPROM, erasable, programmable, read-only memory. We can understand this data line is directly connected with our microprocessor, right? We are interfacing 4096x8 memory. આનો મતલબ ખબર પડવી જોઈએ. 4096 are the different memory location that you have, and cross 8 મતલબ onto one location you can load 8-bit data. Am I communicating, student? Right? 4096, that means 4 kilobyte of memory that you want to interface with your microprocessor. Each memory location contains how many bit? તમે એક location પર કેટલા bitનો data store કરી શકો? That is always, generally memory represent થાય M cross N. M is your capacity of memory, how much data you can store, right? 2 kilobyte, 3 kilobyte, 4 kilobyte, 8 kilobyte, how much memory you can store, how much, what is the capacity of your memory? That is represented by M. Cross N represent the number of bit onto which number of bit that you can load onto your particular location. Suppose हमको मारू memory નું પેલું location છે, first location 000, so onto that address I can load 8-bit data. I hope I am communicating, student. Right? Now suppose if I say I want to interface 4096 ROM with my microprocessor. EEPROM છે, obviously kind of ROM જ છે. Right? So accordingly read bar, write bar, RAM કે ROM પ્રમાણે you need to select. Here this logic is, આપણે હમણાં આની પહેલામાં ઓપ્શનમાં આના પહેલાના એક્ઝામ્પલમાં we discuss about NAND logic that we are using to select our chip. Here we are using 3 to 8 decoder. So that will select our chip. Remaining lines we will use for the address. Data lines is directly connected. Memory read bar only will be connected because it is ROM, EEPROM, erasable programmable read only memory. So we cannot write anything directly onto EEPROM, right? So this way you must know or you must understand the interfacing. Now, student, જેવી રીતે you are interfacing your microprocessor with your memory, like same way you can connect your input-output device with your processor too, right? So this I/O device, again, જેવી રીતે આપણે briefly we discuss how to interface our microprocessor with our memory device, like same way આપણે I/O interfacing માં we want to discuss, right? So probably tomorrow or day after tomorrow we'll take 30 to 40 minutes lecture and we will brief about I/O interfacing, right? Any doubt up to here, anyone? Yes or no?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Correct.